Oh my god, I feel like Bambi. Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing an exciting testing video, and I am so freaking excited for this because today I'm going to be testing the new Makeup Revolution Fast Base Concealers. These are the new concealers that Makeup Revolution have just released, and they retail at £5. As always, all Makeup Revolution products are cruelty free, so if you're cruelty free like me, then this video is perfect for you if you want to find a good drugstore cruelty free affordable concealer. This concealer also does go with the Fast Base foundation, which was released at the start of the year, so I'm going to be doing a whole look with the new concealers and the new foundation. So if you want to know what I thought about these new releases, then make sure to keep on watching. I'm just going to pull my glasses up so I can actually see what I'm doing. So basically I did pick up 3 of the new concealers because Superdrug were doing 3 for 2. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I always love free stuff, so I thought I might as well get one concealer free because why not? These do retail at £5 each, which is £1 more than the Conceal and Define, because the Conceal and Define is only £4. These are cruelty free and vegan as well, like I did mention in my intro. Basically, this is the Fast Base foundation stick that Makeup Revolution, I'm dropping everything. But this is the Fast Base foundation stick that Makeup Revolution did release at the start of the year, and then we've got the new concealers to match. I presume that these two go together. I'm just going to go ahead and give you a couple of the swatches of the Fast Base concealers, because I feel like that's what you're here for, let's be real. So this one here is the shade 0.5. And then next up we've got the shade C1. So there is quite a big difference, like that one's very pink toned, whereas that's more like a neutral yellow sort of tone. And then the next one that I picked up is the shade C11. This would be a perfect contour shade for me. In comparison to the Conceal and Define, this one is the new Fast Base concealer, and then this one is Conceal and Define. You can tell that these are basically the same sort of shade. This is the shade 0.5. However, this one seems like it's more of a thicker formula than this one. And then just so you get an idea of the shade range again, this is the Fast Base concealer in shade 1, and this is the Conceal and Define in the shade 1. They're pretty similar. Once again, you can tell that the formula's a little bit different. Okay, so next up I'm just going to run through the shade range, because as we all know, Conceal and Define had an insane shade range. When it first released, they brought out 18 shades, and then I'm pretty sure they increased it to 24. I'm sorry if I don't read these shades in order, because they're actually not in order of like palest shade to the darkest shade on the Revolution website, but I'm just going to run through all the shades that the Fast Base concealer has. The shade range is a little bit different to the Conceal and Define. It looks like they have 14 shades of the Fast Base concealer, which is still amazing for a drugstore brand. Knowing Makeup Revolution, they're probably going to come out with a ton more shades anyway after this release, like they did with Conceal and Define. We have the shade 0.5, we have the shades C1, C11, C12, C13, C14, C16, C2, C3, C4, C5, C7, and then it jumps to C8.5 and C9. So I'm pretty sure that the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define concealers match up to the Fast Base ones. From the swatches that I've just done, it looks like they're pretty much the same sort of shade. And also I feel like they haven't brought out a ton of shades, firstly because this concealer is marketed as a lower coverage under eye brightening concealer rather than Conceal and Define, which was like a full coverage all round sort of concealer, so I'm not too mad about that. In response to the packaging basically isn't my favourite thing on this earth, and that is because the Conceal and Define had like a normal concealer package where you like twist it open and you have like your spatula thing that you just kind of like paint on your face, whereas with this it's basically the little twist up things and then the product comes out and then it's like a sponge thing, and it's not my favourite packaging in the whole world, but we're still gonna roll with it. It's okay, it's fine. In response to how much product you get in the new Fast Base concealers, you do actually get 4.5 millilitres of product in this one for £5, whereas in the Conceal and Define you do get 3.4 millilitres for £4. So for £1 extra you get an extra 1.1 millilitres of product, which personally I think is actually quite good. However, these aren't supposed to be as good coverage as the Conceal and Define, and they are marketed as under eye concealers as opposed to high coverage concealers, but nevertheless we're going to give it a try, we're going to see how it goes. So I'm just going to show you how it works on my face. Okay, so next I'm just going to take you through a run through of the concealers. Now that I've basically shown you the concealers, the formula, how it compares to the Conceal and Define, I'm actually going to put it to the test and put it on my skin. As you can tell, I actually don't have any makeup on. I'm getting a little bit of a spot down here, so that does need to be covered up a little bit. However, firstly, obviously, before I go in with the concealer, I'm going to go in with the Fast Base foundation stick, just because I feel like these two are supposed to work perfectly together. So I thought I might as well use the Fast Base foundation with the Fast Base concealer. By the way, my shade of the Fast Base foundation is F1. I have thought about using F2 because it's very, very close to my skin tone as well, but I've just always used F1. It's quite a dewy foundation. However, I did do a full review on this foundation, so if you want to watch that, it'll be in the cards up here or in the description bar below. But I'm just going to put this to my face, get my hair away, because otherwise I don't want to get foundation in my hair. That ain't a good look. Basically, with this foundation, I don't like foundation sticks normally, but I actually really do like this, and this is the second one that I've bought. I went through a phase of using this all the time because it's so dewy. Just paint it all on my face, swirl it on. As you can tell, that foundation did blend in really quickly. That's why it's called Fast Base foundation, because it is blendable very, very fast. So hopefully the concealers are basically the same. So here I have the shade C1, and then this one is the shade 0.5. I'm actually going to use 0.5 as my under eye concealer. As you can tell from the packaging, these have the twist up concealer formula. It reminds me a lot of the Maybelline under age eye eraser thing. Does anything come out then? Ah, right, okay. So it does take a while for it to first get moving. I hate these spongy things so much. Oh, actually, quite a lot came out that time. Hey, wow, that is blended out really fast. That is actually brightening up my under eyes really, really nicely. Okay, that was quite quick. Okay. I actually really like that. Like, it has done a little bit of brightening. These sealers would be so good if you're getting ready for work and you want a quick foundation, so you'd use the Fast Base foundation, and then a quick concealer, so you'd use the Fast Base concealer as well. Just a lot quicker rather than having to keep like blended it in for a long time. It definitely did blend a lot quicker than the Conceal and Define did, but I would say the coverage isn't as good as the Conceal and Define. The Conceal and Define in 0.5 does brighten my eyes up a lot brighter than this, because it's a lot of a thicker formula, but it brightened my under eyes, and that's what it says it does. So far, so good. I know these are meant to only be under eye concealers, but I'm going to use it to conceal the rest of my face and to highlight key areas. So I'm actually going to use C1 to do that, just so you get diversity of what these concealers are like. Next, I'm going to pretty much do the same thing with C1. See, like, look how quick that blended in. Boom, your job's done. Just makes doing your makeup so much quicker. I would say that I prefer 0.5 like I do in the Conceal and Define. C1 still works nicely for me. Can't see my spot down there anymore, so that's a good thing. Next up, now that I've done my concealer and my foundation, I'm actually going to go in with my powder. And for powder, I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution Lace Powder. Basically, I went off this for a long time because I didn't like how the packaging reminds me of talc and how messy it is. But I feel like this is the best foundation. The best foundation. I feel like this is the best powder when it comes to setting my powder. Oh my god. When it comes to setting my foundation in place, put a bit at the back of my hand and then apply it with my brush. So messy though. Like, it does go everywhere, but such a good powder. I feel like that's set everything really nicely in place. Now for contour, I'm going to use another shade of the Fast Base concealers. They do also say that you can use this concealer for contour as well. So because Superdrug were offering 3 for 2, I decided to buy a contour shade. Don't know how well this is going to work for contour, because it was hard because I had to buy it online, so I had to go from swatches. I mean, we'll see. We'll give it a try. We'll have a go. Okay, so like I did mention, this is the shade C11. Don't know how well this is gonna work. I'm actually quite scared. I might just do dots. I'm gonna try blending in this side and see. Okay, it's quite orange. I feel like I can just about get away. Oh, that blended so nicely as well. Like, I can just about get away with that, but oh my god, that blended really, really nicely. Let's try the other side. Let's try and match it up. Keyword here is try. I'm gonna go with 3 dots and then try blending it in with my beauty blender. Look how quick that blends. This is so much better than doing like powder bronzer and powder contour. It's like, you've just got it. it's just done. I think I found like a new way of contouring on the go. Let's do a little bit on my forehead, shall we? Oh my god, I feel like Bambi. Ooh. I kind of think I've put way too much on my forehead. Can this be saved? I don't know, stay tuned. But now I've just kind of given myself a brown forehead. Overall, I am a fan of that concealer. I would say that for my under eyes, I probably do prefer Conceal and Define a little bit more, only because it does have better coverage. But this is still a really good under eye concealer. If you're on the go and you want something that's fast and blends fast, then this is probably perfect. And I feel like it actually blended in my contour quite nicely. It was a lot quicker than using powder contour. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go and do the rest of my makeup off camera, and then I'll be right back. I just went off camera and I bronzed up my face a little bit more. I did my lower lash line and I've forgotten to do my lipstick. Ugh. Okay, so let's try that again now that my lipstick's done. So that is basically what I did to my makeup, but I just thought I'd give you a close-up of what the concealer looks like. So I know I've now bronzed on top, but you can still see a little bit of my contour. You can still see it on my forehead as well, because I actually haven't bronzed my forehead. That's just the contour that I used from the Fast Base concealer. You see my under eyes are still brightened a little bit. Like, obviously the thing with me is, because I have such pale skin, my eyes aren't going to be mega brightened anyway, because there's not a lot of concealers that are bright enough. However, shout out to Makeup Revolution for making light concealers actually brighten up your under eyes even just a little bit. And overall, I think that it looks really nice. I love it with the Fast Base foundation as well. I think it brings it all together. Basically, I wouldn't actually mind using this concealer again. I think it's so good if you're going out and you need to get ready quick, or if you're going to work, or if you're going to school and you just want to put a little something on that takes you 2 minutes to do, because it blends out so nicely and so quick, and it's only a £5, which is even better. Okay, so that was my review and first impressions on the new Makeup Revolution Fast Base concealers. We'll leave the link to where you can buy these in the description bar below, and I believe that they will be sold in Superdrug at the end of August. We can get them online now. I really hope that you did enjoy this video and find it helpful. If you did, then don't forget to smash it a big massive thumbs up, and also feel free to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already for more videos like this, or just more videos from me. Also, make sure you do also tap that little bell down below so you are notified every single time I post a new video. As always, all my social media links will also be linked down below, so if you want to keep up to date with me and see what I'm doing and just have a little nosy, then feel free to follow me. Once again, thank you so incredibly much for watching, and hopefully I will see you on my next video. Bye!